very intimate, and it's very like sensual, but it's also sexual. So it's right on that bridge of like love and lust. So I really, really like those types of moves. The other one that I like to do a lot isn't necessarily a physical move, but it's like a spatial proximity move. So what I like to do is I like to just lean in just gradually and see how she responds. Like lean in as, not as though I'm gonna go for a kiss, but just like getting a little more intimate, and see if she pulls away, she's obviously not ready for anything like a kiss. If she like is pretty good with it, then she's maybe ready to be kissed. And at that point, I have a lot of techniques I can do for the kiss. One is like look from her eyes to her lips and see how she reacts. Another one is go in and tell her a secret, and then as you come back from the secret, pull back across her face and see how she reacts. I usually wouldn't go for a kiss there, but if she lets you get to like, you know, pretty close to lip, you know it's pretty down, and you can go for a kiss later. So there's all these little sort of test moves that you can do. And the idea is that with all these moves, you're getting more intimate, but you're not being so obvious, and you're never being forceful, right? And again, you're always going 80% of what you can get away with rather than 100, because that level of what you can get away with is expanding rapidly. So what was 100 5 minutes ago will be 80 very soon, okay? So that's a bit on physical escalation and escalation in general. In terms of logistics and getting her home, I think it's very, very important to do that kind of the right way. Okay, so a couple points on that. Point number one is you want to be careful about how you talk about it. If you say things like my place, obviously, heaven forbid, don't say let's go have sex, stuff like that. That's very blatant, very obvious, and if she says yes to that, she'll feel slutty. So there are some obvious things to avoid, like don't say my place, don't say have sex, don't say get naked, don't say make out, don't talk about those things. Instead, might be like, I know a quieter place where we can hang out and just relax. Or, you know, I think it'd be fun to cuddle with you, but we should take things really slowly, so not yet. That kind of a thing where it's not overtly sexual, and if anything, you're even like putting up the restriction rather than her doing it. And that's a really, really big thing I do, called either covering the exits or giving the excuse first. Is whatever thing she's going to say, like, I'm not that kind of girl, I have to get up early in the morning, I think we should take it slow, all those kind of things, I'll actually say something along those lines first, so that if the excuse ever does come up, I was the one who brought it up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I said that an hour ago, it's totally fine, right? It also sets up this frame where she's chasing me, and girls aren't used to being disqualified. Girls are used to guys being like, hey, can I please have sex? A guy that is willing to take his time, a guy that like throws up a few obstacles and barriers is a strange commodity for a girl to run into, and she tends to get very intrigued by it, and she tends to chase it pretty hard. So do those kind of things. The other thing I want to talk about, so we talked about a little bit about what not to say and do. What do you say and do? Well, when you talk about actually taking a girl home, I think there's really 4 stages. The 4 stages are seed, frame, qualify, and lead. Okay, now seed basically means throw out ideas for things that you could do together. Find out if she likes movies. Find out if she likes a particular show on Netflix. Find out if she's into amazing views. Find out if she likes hot tubs. Anything and everything that you have back at your place that could be, find out if she likes the same kind of music as you. Find out if she's into this weird board game that you play. Whatever it is. Whatever it is, find out a reason that you could bring her back. And what you'll do is you'll just kind of throw those things into the conversation, talk about how you like them, and you see what one she jumps on. If you're talking about this weird esoteric passion you have, and she's like, wow, that's really cool, I'm into that too. Well, if you happen to have stuff related to that back at your house, that's a great excuse to bring her there, all right? So what you're doing is you're seeding these various reasons why you could go back, and you see what she latches onto. Some of them